Dave, I got 20. I got 15.
Hey,
I got
yo, we
15.
live. We
15.
live, bro.
All right, cool.
We live.
I got 15.
We live. Uh, 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 uh. Oh man, where's my tab? Yo, you see how life is doing? You see what life is doing right now? Do y'all see what life is doing, man? Life is lifing, and I ain't mad. Yo, shout out to everybody that's been watching the show on TikTok. We're back live. The reason we're having all these interesting ups and downs is because
Uh-oh.
all right, can y'all hear me now? There
Yeah.
it is.
I can
There
hear
it
you
is.
only on TikTok.
All right, you okay? Yeah, I had to mute some of the other stuff, but good. We good on TikTok. I see you on TikTok, Sophie. As a matter of fact, for every Sophie, since you're watching on TikTok, just make sure you turn the volume down on TikTok, and I need you to just double tap the screen. I
Already
need you to
done.
heart the screen like no. I need you to do like 100 taps, and I'm gonna
Oh
do the
no,
same.
I do it till when it clicks over to like 260.
Okay, just keep tapping because what happens is when you tap the live, it forwards it to other people, so people know that we're live.
Okay.
So I'm tapping right now. I'm gonna keep tapping to about 100 times. All right. So thank you everybody for joining, man. I appreciate you, man. It's your boy Dave Life. It's your boy Dave Life. This is the After Dark podcast. We had a couple of faux pas on my behalf. I was trying to go live on Instagram for 30 minutes, and I ain't realized I wasn't live on nothing but TikTok. So
It's the country we live in. The country we live in.
it
my
is
brother.
what it is,
They won't
man.
let you
It
be
is what
great.
it
They will
is.
not let you be great.
They won't let. It's Trump's fault. It's because of them.
I didn't name any names. I didn't say any names. I just said the country we live in, man.
Deborah HSR is. I think I see her on TikTok.
Yes. What's
Hello,
up, Deborah?
Deborah.
What's up, Deborah? What's up, Deborah? Hey, so look, y'all, since we've kind of started the show, I've already prayed. I'm just going to introduce each of my guests panelists, and we're going to get right into the topic. The first one is my brother from another mother. He is a U.S. veteran. He's been on the show many, many times. He's one of the consciences of the show. And we're talking about manness, and he's a good brother. Say what's up to everybody. This is good brother, Sherrod.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I love y'all. What's up, lifers? What's up, lifers? Y'all good? Y'all good? What's up, Dave?
What up, big dog? How you feeling, man?
Man, I am good. I just touched back down in the A, man. I was in Columbus, Ohio. I was doing veteran advocacy all weekend. We have our first female veteran of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Carol Whitmore.
Mm-hmm.
In 125 years, there's never been a female veteran. She's an Army veteran. I mean, I could not be more excited.
Wonderful.
Congratulations to her. Absolutely. So I definitely need your input tonight on manness, so they don't feel like it's just one sided coming from Dave.
Sure.
And then we're gonna go in reverse order. I've known this young lady offline almost as long as I've known the last young lady that I'm gonna introduce. But I've known her offline way more than being on the show. But she's a friend of the family. She's an attorney. She's a really, really good person. And she's been on the show. And I noticed she sacrifices sleep to hang out with us tonight, man. So come on up to the stage, my friend, Miss Ashley. What's up, Ashley?
What's up, Dave? What's up, lifers?
Hey, what's up, Ash?
It's good to be here. See some familiar faces, meet some new people. Happy to be here.
Hey, Ashley, how was your birthday party in Miami?
Oh, it was great. We did a 3-day, 3-nighter, back to back to back to back.
Wow.
Yeah, we went hard.
That's what's up. I wish I could have been there, man. Me and Destiny, we would have came through, but she was studying for the bar and I was broke. So we couldn't afford it.
I know, we missed you guys.
What
That's
part
what's
of Miami? I'm going Labor Day weekend. So where were you? What's some places that I can venture into?
Oh, okay. So the party was at Mila. Mila is on South Beach. It's
Mhm.
amazing. Great
Mila.
food. Yeah, great food.
Okay.
Bar, the whole thing.
Mila.
Mila, yeah, Mila is there's so many good places. You want to go to the beach. I like the
Yes.
beach in Fort Lauderdale, but
Okay.
South Beach is serviceable.
So
Okay.
is that between Onyx, like the strip club, and like Fort Lauderdale and Miami?
I don't know where Onyx is.
Okay.
I was just
Yeah.
checking because I don't know. I mean, it's right off 95. It's right to the right. Because your hotel was right across the street. And I didn't know if you planned it. Like, I don't know.
Hey, real quick before we get off in the strip clubs, I need to
In Miami.
introduce. In Miami. I need to introduce one of my day one lifers. This young lady, I met her offline some years before. No, wait a minute. It might have been around maybe a birthday before Ashley. So a year before I met Ashley. She has been on Dave Life TV when I had the raffles going. All right, she was on Dave Life TV during COVID, which was in 2020, 5 years ago, when everybody thought the world was ending. Before I started the After Dark podcast, she was a guest on Dave Life TV raffles when I used to raffle shoes, clothes, and above all things, purses. I had some purses that I purchased from a celebrity, and they were in great condition, and they were vintage. And we raffled them online. And Dawn come onto the stage. She won 2 purses, and all them women, when I was single, were
they
mad
was
as hell. They was
They
pissed
was
off.
mad. Ooh, they was mad.
What's up, Don?
But I just knew it. I claimed it though. Hi
Yeah, you did.
everybody. I claimed it though. It was a Gucci, a vintage Gucci, and a vintage Louis. I claimed it. That's how I got it.
Do you still have? Is one of them by you? Is your Gucci by you? I saw you had it on this morning.
I had it on. I think it's downstairs.
Don't worry about it. We'll show another time.
Yeah.
But I wanted people to know that when I was raffling things, it was legit. I raffled PS5s. I raffled.
We
PS5s.
won one of those too.
Come on.
Wait, we won the PS5 too.
I raffled, I think 4 or 5 PS5s, and her and her guy at the time won. Wait, y'all not still? Are y'all still?
No.
Okay. Well, shout out to him. He won a PS5. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know, that's my guy. He cool with me.
Yeah.
She was like,
I called that. Okay, so this is a good time to jump in. Did I wait a minute? No, I gotta introduce my homegirl. Now, this young lady right here has been on the show ever since Instagram, but she definitely came on board when I said I wanted to start on YouTube. Even before I was able to get Sherrod, I got Sophie. We call her that girl, Sophie, but she's very much a grown woman, and she's the lifeblood of the show. She's very entertaining, and I'm just happy to have her back. Welcome back, Soph. Go unmute for me, Sophie.
I didn't say anything yet. I was just throwing up my hearts because I want everyone to drop some hearts. If you're on YouTube, drop a heart. Wherever you are, tap and drop a heart. Because I love being here. It's great. It's lovely over here. So y'all need to come on and stay on afterwards. I'm in the East Coast, hailing from Atlanta. I'm not Atlanta the native, but I've been here for about 20 years.
That's a dirty South.
I'm excited. Yes. We're at the
That's a
topic.
dirty.
Ready to get into it. I've been doing some pre-gaming, so it's empty. It's 11:43, and I've been pre-gaming since 9:15. So
that's free. Oh yeah, you've been.
So see, that's how them day ones do you.
Gerard,
they put you on notice, and they do it respectfully. I love it. I love how day ones can get on you respectfully. You see how she talked between her teeth and was like, "I've been pre-gaming since 9:15, David."
Yeah.
It's all good though. It's all love.
No, it's all love. It's all love. Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate all of y'all. So look, y'all, we had a lot of exposition, a lot of discussion. I'm gonna cut right into the topic for everybody that's watching. Man, shout out to everybody that's watching right now on TikTok. I see you, Nene of TikTok. I see you, Sophie Rose. Oh, Sophie, you on Duel, okay? I see you, the James. I see you, Destiny, my wife. All right, so y'all, if you're on TikTok, double tap. If you want to hit that daily heart me, get your daily heart me, so you can get all of your TikTok rewards. Right now, y'all, check this out, lifers. This is what I want y'all to know for all my panelists. Right now on TikTok, we are at 2,500 likes. That's how many times people have tapped it, and it wasn't just me and Sophie. This is why I love TikTok, because TikTok is an engagement app. You get immediate feedback. You know if people watching, you know if they feeling you. All right. So we had 2,500 people 2,500 taps.
For every tap that you do, so someone said, I'm making this up, but I'm going to say someone said, and I am someone, it'll give you a day extra of life. For all the day lifers, for every heart that you tap, you get a day longer for living. Could be a year, could be 2 years. So go ahead, and there's a little heart on the top left side that when you tap, it has like a little arrow that brings you all the way over. So go ahead and see if you can tap to get to the other side, and then it gives you like a congratulations, you don't hit 250. So go ahead and get your year extra of life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't be me. I'm sitting here tapping right now. You can't. I'm just tapping. So I'm already at an extra 5 years of life. I'm about to hit another one here. So every heart is a day.
Every heart counts, and I really appreciate that. Sophie, since you're on live on TikTok, just share the live. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm in TikTok prison because playing all this R&B music, like I was playing SZA, Snooze. I can't lose when I'm with you. Right? I did that. Well, I didn't know SZA was basically dancing like a stripper in a brown colored leotard. So TikTok thought I was showing a naked woman.
Oh,
TikTok was like, "Oh, you can't do that." And I was like, "No, it's just dancing." But the way she was moving when I watched it on replay, I said, "Damn, that was too sensual." So TikTok don't want nothing that feel too grown, because there's a lot of kids on TikTok, right? So I got a community guideline flag. And so they're like, you can't message anyone for 7 days. So I can't even send out my own damn live.
Let me tell you, it's very important that you
my God, 146 likes. I'm sorry, I just got my little.
It's very important that you stay out of these social media jails, because it is very hard to get out. I do that for my clients. I get them out of jail, social media jail, when they're restricted. And sometimes I think it's impossible to do without a lawyer. And it's even worse. So,
Wait, hold on a second. Ash, wait, you do what now? You get them out of social media jail? Explain that.
Yeah. So, for example, Dave, he was playing music, or, they showing someone being sensual, whatever TikTok didn't like. So every social media platform has guidelines. If you do something that they perceive to violate their guidelines, and sometimes even if you don't, let me say that, or even if you do something, you fix it, they still will restrict your account. And so restricting your account means that people can't, they're only going to show it to certain people, or maybe they won't show it at all. Sometimes you can't even log in. They'll lock it up.
Yeah, you'll be shadow banned, all kind of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you say shadow ban?
Oh yeah.
That's a real thing in this content creation world.
What is shadow ban?
Shadow ban.
Go ahead, Ashley. I'm sorry.
They're only going to show your content to certain folks. So you might, like, the way you know your shadow ban is if you post something and you're getting no engagement, nobody's seeing it, no views, no likes. Before your content did not, but when you start seeing it's going down, it's a good chance you're shadow banned. And then if you look at the settings, it might say you violated some community guidelines or something like that.
So wait, this is TikTok.
It's on all of
them. It's on Instagram too.
It's on Instagram.
So is it safe to say that TikTok and what's the other one?
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. Because Black Planet and Facebook, they went to black schools. Is it safe to say that? So you're telling me
Black
TikTok,
Planet. Yo,
Nah,
listen,
I'm
listen,
just
Black
asking questions.
Planet,
Black Planet let anybody on there.
Black
So it's
Planet,
safe to say
Black
that
people
TikTok,
meet. What else? Plenty of fish. Hey,
if
hey,
you
Oh
Sherrod,
God,
remember,
plenty of fish. Wow.
plenty of fish. Yeah,
if you
yeah.
remember Black Planet, put your small hand up.
I was never part of it.
Never.
Yeah, and just so you know, we are at currently, I thought I saw 4.4.
Yeah, we have
4,000. I'm
4,400
trying to get to
likes.
10,000. Can we 10,
Yes.
15,000?
Okay, I'll tell you
Yes.
what. If I could, Sophie, Dave, if I could, if you went to a black school, I mean a historically black college and university, I need you to chime in right now for Dave Life and all the subscribers. I need you to do that. If you went to a white school, that would be a PWI, predominantly white university, like David went to. I need you to chime in right now.
Dang, man.
Georgia Tech in the house.
Hey,
Shame.
man, Georgia Tech is a great school.
in the
Okay, I'm a hell of
It
a
is.
hell of an
If
engineer.
you want to
All
be
right.
an engineer, you go to Georgia Tech. If
Now.
you want to be a black engineer, you go to Georgia Tech. If you are very smart in math, engineering, and also mathematics, you go to Georgia Tech. If you want to hear a band play on Saturday,
Where you go?
and you want to pledge, you go to a black school. I.e.,
That's right.
I'm just
Did
gonna
you
throw
pledge?
one out. I just want to throw one out there. Tuskegee University.
Shout out to Tuskegee.
Of course, I
Hey.
pledge Alpha Phi, Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
So,
You know, we just had our
Sherrod. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Now that we have all the ladies on the line and they're mad at me. They're mad at me because we started 2 hours late. We're talking about, should women be forgiving men for being men? Should women forgive men for their manness? Now, we've already talked about it, but we said, and let's just go through it real quick. Dawn, what are some of the traits that makes a man a man? What's manness?
Oh, put me on the spot. Based on what we discussed earlier, right? So we were talking about
based on how you feel.
Oh, the manly, being, chivalry, opening doors, taking the trash out, fixing my car, being a man around the house, fixing things, being the provider, the protector of the family. That's for me, the man's man.
What else makes a man a man? What else makes a man a man? Something very fundamental, something that biology and the birds and the bees, what makes a man a man?
A man, a penis.
God.
Biologically. I mean, partly, but yeah, biologically.
You know why that's important? It definitely makes him a male. Definitely makes him a male.
Yes.
But that's important because in today's world, we get beat up for just talking about biology. We get beat up because we say, hey, man, a man is a man whose gonads hang outside of his body. He has a phallus that hangs deep and long outside of his body.
Deep and long.
And he shoots arrows at ovaries.
Mm.
All right, and a woman is a person whose gonads are inside her body, covered and protected. Whose small phallus, the little man in the boat, the little hooded cobra, she's hiding, but she's outside the body, but she's small. Right, not like a man, not out here.
What?
Right? And, hold on, and she has what we don't have. She has a womb, a place to incubate ovaries. Right. That's why I said gonads. That's why I said gonads inside the body, because basically the ovaries and the testicles are the same type of thing with different hormones and different seeds, but the same. So I wanted to make that clear because we just get in trouble. Someone said an Adam's apple. Come on, TikTok. A man got an Adam's apple. Come on. Meanie of TikTok. Come on, man. TikTok is in the building. That's where's my... All right. Now, ladies, Sophie and Ashley, y'all been real quiet. What other characteristics, what other traits do men do that just make y'all mad? Y'all like, he's just such a man. He whatever y'all want to call it. What traits? What's missing? What haven't we said?
Well, I want to make sure I give a disclosure because I've got some friends watching. and some people of interest. And there's a song that actually it's a scripture, and it says, "A real ass bitch doesn't give a fuck about a nigga." And I am not one of those women. I love men. So there's not very many things. Like I said earlier, the sweaty balls, the double.
Sophie, that's a scripture. Sophie,
It's
what?
scripture. It's in the Bible. It's in a
What book
Bible.
that come from?
I think it's
For the
Cardi
book
B.
of what? What's the book? What book
The
is
book
that?
of Cardi. The book of
The
Cardi.
Book of Cardi. That's what I'm
Okay,
talking
that's the
about.
book
I
of
like that
Cardi.
book.
Real ass me give a up about a nigga. That's the book of
Or a
Cardi. Okay,
nigger. I don't know. One of them.
that could have been
said it.
Carisha. That could have been Carisha.
Yeah,
That
I
could have
think
been
it was.
Carisha.
That is not me. That is not here. I give a fuck about them, and I love men, and all that is in them is the protectiveness, the confident, not lazy. A man keeps his word. He protects without
Okay.
being controlling. He provides his own way. He takes responsibilities for his actions. He shows up for the little things. That are things that makes a man.
Okay.
That's
All
like
right.
our wish list right there.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Ashley. Now we talked about the brilliance and the protection. We talked about all the good stuff. What's some of the negative traits that makes a man that makes a man different than a woman?
It's harder for me to think about the negative traits than it is the positive stuff.
Okay.
But I would say,
well, you can give me the positives. It's up to you.
I will say, because yeah, I'm like her. I'm like a supporter of men. But positives, okay. Taking accountability, mature. That's a very strong signal of a man.
Taking accountability.
Taking accountability. Mature. Forgot what else I was gonna say. Okay, so for something negative, I will say suppressing emotions.
Come on. Come on.
And we could, that's something very deep. We could dig into that because
Yeah,
that could be positive in some situations, but a lot of times it is not. It
Okay.
manifests in a negative way.
Hold on, I gotta jump in. So TikTok just gave me a message and said some of the comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. All right, so all I can say is maybe it was something that we said out of our mouths. Maybe it wasn't something that y'all typed. So we're gonna have to keep it as clean as possible. And I'm talking to myself because I'm the one that brought up testicles and
well, we also got to make sure we're not citing, the Book of Cardi.
right. Wait. We can't cite the Book of Cardi real. Right. All right,
That'll do it.
so check this video out, y'all.
The first thing women need to forgive their husband.
I wanted to play this video because it's showing a woman that's saying, here are some things that a woman may need to forgive her husband about. And that's the crux of the conversation tonight. Okay, wait a minute. Nini of TikTok said that poor communication skills, that's a negative trait. So some men have poor communication skills. All right, I can agree with that. All right, so they can be inconsistent. Sophie said that. All right.
100%.
Check this out. The lady is basically saying, here is what a man needs to be forgiven of by his wife. And I'm going to pose a question after we listen to this. This is the topic of the night.
For
wrong button.
being men.
There it is.
Probably the first thing women need to forgive their husbands for is for being men. The problem is that women want strong men who are good providers and at the same time expect them to be like a girlfriend that they can always vent about a problem with.
Hold on.
Men don't want to talk about problems.
I can't. I don't know about everybody else.
Oh, y'all can't hear it?
I can hear it.
I don't know
Who
why.
can't? Oh, you're hearing it. You're hearing it on TikTok, Sophie.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I have my headphones on. I'm hearing from
Sharad, could you hear it? So, could you hear it, Ashley?
Yes, I can hear. Well,
I heard it, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, Dawn, I don't know. I gotta just. We'll give you the footnote, Dawn.
But
But
I watched the video already, so.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I'm gonna let it play for the people.
Probably the first thing women need to forgive their husbands for is for being men. The problem is that women want strong men who are good providers and at the same time expect them to be like a girlfriend that they can
Yeah.
always vent about a problem with. Men don't
Not
want
gonna
to talk
work.
about problems. They want to solve them. Women
Right.
want their man to be emotionally available. In other words, they want to turn him into a woman. It's as if
Yeah.
some women want their man to have the characteristics of a woman without losing their masculinity.
Their masculinity.
There will always
That's
be a
weird.
power struggle between men and women. Only when women enjoy the strengths that they have that men don't, and enjoy the strengths that men have that they as women don't, will they be happier people and able to live in peace and harmony.
Mm. So she's saying that women have to forgive their men or their husband of the fact of being a man. He's not a woman. He's not emotionally sensitive or connected. What else did she say? Did I get it all? Was there anything that I missed, or what jumped out to y'all? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the number one question is, do you agree? I see someone on Nene on TikTok says she agrees a woman should forgive a man for being a man. Do y'all agree? Sophie, let's just say yes, a woman should forgive a man, or no, it's not necessary. Sophie, should she forgive a man, or it ain't necessary?
The forgive is what is throwing me off. I feel like I want to replace it with, like, there's a couple adjectives, like maybe understand. She should respect a man. Just the forgiving a man for being a man, that just throws me off. It sounds kind of white tea to me. Like, I don't even imagine in an argument saying, I forgive you for being a man, or I need to apologize because I don't, that's not even in my repertoire. So the forgiveness throws me off. Forgiving a man for being a man. I don't want the things that she's saying. I don't want my man to be my girlfriend. I've got girlfriends.
Right.
I don't want to. My friends probably would not even want me. They actually, I know my friends don't want me to share their business with my man. So I would call that type of man an effeminate man, a man that would sit there and let me hear about, Jennifer, and he's crossing his legs and he's, girl, tell me. That does not make me wet. It makes me very dry. I do not want.
But Sophie, let me do this. Let me add to that a little flavor. So let's take away him crossing his legs and hey, what's going on with Jennifer, right? But what if he comes home and he's got big arms and he's like, babe, how was your day? What happened? What happened with your boss? Or what happened with that coworker, Jennifer, that was pissing you off? And he giving you a big strong hug, and it's like it's a safe place versus a soft place that's somewhat feminine. It's same question, different emphasis and different presentation. Is that okay? Or is that less than a man because he's tapping into emotion?
Less than a man, I'll leave that for someone other than me to judge. But I feel like that would be just showing genuine concern.
Okay.
For my day. That sounds like a conversation. I don't think he's expecting me to get into oh my gosh, Jennifer at work, her and her boyfriend unfollowed each other. So I think that you know what that means. And then we're both getting on the phone trying to investigate the last time that they interacted on Instagram. To me, that would be something that I would do with my girlfriends, or a female. So a man asking me, hey, how was your day? Following up with me, hey, how did that situation go in that meeting today? Did it go well? And we talk about it, and you show empathy, you're confident in the information that you're giving me. It supports me with a masculine flair, without all of this. You see how I talk like this. For a man to be doing all of this, and it would throw me off. It would make me dry.
I got you. Okay. Hey, I want to let TikTok know that we do have a goal. We are looking for We need a few more subscribers. Right now, subscribers, we got Kenny Kincaid. Oh, we got Kenny Kincaid. And we got C. Toya. Those are the 2 subscribers. And when I say subscribers, y'all, they paid $1.50 a month to join the After Dark crew. They are a lifer on TikTok. So we need some more subscribers. And then we also need heart hands. You can, Kenny, you did this last night. We need 10 heart hands. It's only 100 coins, a heart hand. So we need 10 heart hands. Kenny Kincaid, if you could just demonstrate to the people what a heart hand is, go ahead and hit the live with a heart hand so they can see it. I'll show them when it comes up. Okay. Now, I do think that a man can be sensitive, but he has to play it the right way. Do you agree, Ashley, that a man needs to be forgiven? And I'm doing air quotes. Should a man be forgiven for being a man? Or no, he doesn't need to be forgiven because he hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah, I'm with Sophie. The word forgiven is throwing me. It's more so maybe accept. You have to accept a man for who he is and for his maleness. But not any sort of forgiveness is not necessary. To me, it makes it feel like both parties have done something wrong, right? Where I've maybe I'm doing something wrong because I'm not accepting his manhood or something like that. So I think it's more so just that women should accept men for being men and, for their traits. But even that, I think, is to a certain extent, right? For example, if in Sophie's example, a man coming and asking you about your day, that's great. A man who chooses not to do that, that may seem like a masculine thing because he's not tapping into his emotions. But now it's like, is it toxic masculinity, right? So I think there's some sort of balance you have to strike as a man dealing with a woman who does have different needs and a different makeup than you do.
Yeah. No, I agree. And the word forgiveness in the whole post, that did kind of throw me off. And that made me feel like, dang, so I can't be a man. So being a man is a sin. Not being feminine, not being maybe as communicative, wanting to just hang out like a caveman and watch football. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever those things you call being a man, is that a sin? To me, it's like that's too strong of a word. Sophie, you got to rock out.
Yes, I wanted to wait my turn, but I think I may have given you already my feedback on it.
You did. Can you keep watching from TikTok, you think?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Then I don't forgive you because I don't feel like you've done anything wrong for me to forgive you. I love men, especially men of color, melanin men. I feel like effeminate men, you guys, there's a place for you, but it's not over here. And somebody mentioned the forehead kiss. Who was that?
That was somebody from TikTok.
Yes, I saw the Nene. Forehead kiss. Nene, that's my girl. And I'm just enjoying watching all the hearts go up. But yes, please continue to share. I'm praying for at least more. We're almost there too. Oh, we're at 9.8K. I was hoping for 10K. So continue to tap. I'm gonna up it up to 15. So
okay.
Let's continue. Let's just keep it rocking. I'm gonna continue. I have an appointment in the morning. I need to make sure that I'm rested.
Okay.
But forgiving a man for being a man, there is no forgiveness needed. I would just dismantle that. And with that, I say, Goddess, Dawn, I appreciate your conversation. Of course, Rod, and pleasure to meet you, Ashley. And thank you all for having me. Good night. Sleep well.
Have a good.
Likewise.
Like and share.
Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate you. That's Sophie Rose. Sophie, that girl. We appreciate you, Sophie, for joining.
How to get off?
You want me to let you out, or you got the door? You got the door? You got it? All right, boom. Thank you, Sophie. So Sophie is still watching on TikTok. And just so you know, Kendra Kincaid did give us heart hands. That equals 100 coins. All right. So we got a gift of 100 coins. And we are at 10,200 likes. People have tapped the screen 10,000. Come on, let's keep rolling. Let's see if you get to 12,000. All right. I have actually been on a live where I got up to 35,000 taps. So let's just keep rolling and see what we do. So thank you for joining, y'all, and everybody on the panel. Thanks for hanging out. Shout out to Nina. Shout out to Destiny. Shout out to Quiet as Kept. I see you, Kenny Kincaid. Of course, Sophie Rose and the James. Y'all are all in the building on TikTok. So thank you for joining TikTok. I appreciate y'all. We in the building. So, Dawn, do men need to be forgiven, or for being men? Or that's why I asked, what are these traits that men have that make them men? Do men need to be forgiven, or is it just that women need to accept men for who they are?
You know, I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit, because when we hear men being forgiven for being men, like, I go straight to them, the whole terminology of like, oh, men, they're not supposed to be with one woman, and they're supposed to be attracted to many women and all these things, and it's okay if a man cheats. And there's some women that really believe that. And when she was saying, we need to forgive men for being men, that's where my head went. Like, what is she talking about? Like, forgive men for being. And then when I heard her, yes, exactly. So it's, at some point, we just need to forgive them for being cheaters. That's what I thought in my head. Like, maybe in her customary way of saying it, she felt like she was super supporter of someone. And I felt like she was like, the men are going to do what they're going to do. And we just, as women, need to just let them be. And we need to be more in tune to what our strengths are. And we are the caregivers and we're the nurturers. So we need to use that to our, that's the vibe I was getting. I don't need to talk to a man about girl talk. I have my girlfriends, like she said about that. I don't think it's less masculine for a man to have a conversation about your day and actually genuinely checking on you, or an issue you having at work. But no, as far as forgiving a man for so-called whatever statistics we want to make it to believe that they're okay to cheat. No, I don't. I will never forgive that at all. Mm-hmm. You have to be held accountable for your actions. Mm-hmm. And we're all people at the end of the day. You are held accountable. As for us, we will be held accountable for the same things. Even worse, actually. But no.
Okay, so Dawn, have you ever forgiven a man for infidelity or some sort of emotional wrong? Men can cheat emotionally.
Yeah,
men can cheat physically. Have you ever dealt with that and forgiven a man, or are you just like, nah, I'm out?
Yes, I have. Sadly, in my past, I have definitely forgiven a man multiple times for disrespecting our relationship. Now, and
here's my question: in hindsight, because I just want to get straight to it. In hindsight, should you have forgiven or allowed them to be around after the infidelity? Because you can forgive, but you ain't got to tolerate. You can be like, I love you, I forgive you, I'm not mad at you, we cool, but I can't be in a relationship with you.
Now, the wiser me, yes. The then me, I was more forgiving. But I was backwards. I didn't forget. So that didn't help moving forward. You forgive because you allow him to stay in your life, but you never forget. You really don't really forget. Something like that. That's something. Something can be small and comes up like years later, and then it takes you right back to that, and then you're like, see, that's why you did. It just doesn't work out. You have to really truly forgive to be able to move past that.
And see, Dawn, that right there, if you ask me, that's a move of God. Like, God has to touch a person's heart to truly allow them to forgive and forget and move past. 100%. That's a work of God, because as a human, you might not be able to get past it. It's tough. It's very tough.
But let me ask you a question.
You have to be self-sacrificing in order to be able to do that. Go ahead, Sherrod. Come on through, because I was waiting on you.
Question. The only thing I'm asking is this: why did you forgive him? Why?
I didn't really forgive him. So I was more so, I tried to forget what happened. It still was inside of me, and I stayed a little longer just because of other circumstances around children and things like that.
All right, let's go down the rabbit hole. What were the other circumstances? And I can guarantee I got 3 things and reasons why you stayed.
Go ahead. No, I want you to name them
I
before.
want to hear.
Yeah, go ahead.
One, you were in love with the life he provided. That's number 1. Number 2, you cared about him, but did he care about you more than you cared about him? And 3, it was all about finances. It was all about money.
Absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely not.
So if it wasn't those
I was
3
the
things,
breadwinner. It was not
you
about
were the
finance.
breadwinner. So
I was the
if
breadwinner.
if that's the case, you stayed because of the dick.
No.
So why did you stay?
Hold on. What they say on TikTok, F12, F1, F13. What is the F we got to say when somebody drop a bomb? We got to clean it up. We can't say too much.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Stayed for the kids. It had nothing to do with
Okay.
anything else.
I'm with you when you're right.
I respect that. But these are good questions.
And the reason
I gave you the horns.
if I could, Dave, real quick, the reason I'm asking these questions is because I'm making a fair assumption and an inference. These are the reasons why people stay.
No.
Like the kids is just one quadrant, right? It's one part of it. But like they stay for money, they stay for the physical aspect, they stay for the status, the accessibility. All these things count.
100%. I agree with that. And it just depends on each person. Everyone's lives are different, right? And there's the reasons, like you say, you have the women who are dependent on their husbands that are housewives, right? You have that situation where their husband may go cheat and be, infidelity, all that, but they're dependent on that man because they're housewives, they don't work. So they are more forgiving sometimes because that's really their livelihood. So there's different reasons why someone may stay. I don't think that has anything to do with forgiveness, though.
And also, it tells me that people are always like, it's easier to stay or it's easier to leave. It's like, it's hard no matter what.
Yeah. You're facing a battle either way.
Okay, so Ashley, so this is a great point. It is hard no matter what, right, Ashley? So let me ask you this question. If dating is hard, or relationships is hard, or marriage is hard, and if being single is hard, some people say, I can do bad by myself. I'm not with a cheater if I'm by myself. I can't get cheated on. And if we go extreme, I can't be in a domestic violence situation if I'm by myself. So some people don't even want to deal with a relationship, much less a marriage. And then you have other people that believe in marriage and they say, nah, I want to be married. Right.
Okay.
And I'm going to put up with certain things. And I hear you, Shariah. Let me bring everybody back. I hear you. I think that we might need to have our threshold before we get into a relationship or before we get married. For instance, if you know gambling is a no-no, I'm not dealing with no man or woman that gamble. I'm not. If you got a gambling problem, I'm done with you. If you have a drinking problem, I'm done. If you have a hard drug problem, I'm done. If you're domestically violent, I'm done. If you cheat, whatever it is. And for some women, if that man can't keep a job, he just is unstable. We need to know our boundaries. And I think we mess up because we don't count the cost before we get involved with somebody on a regular basis. And I'm not talking about you, Dawn. I'm just talking about us.
But you're right. You're right. In general.
Cost. Come on, speak on it. Talk to me.
We jump into this ideas more so than what reality is, right? We want to be married. And then you look for that. That's what you're going to find. But then you don't find the right one because you haven't seen that person through all their seasons. How do you know how this person's going to be in a situation where they have to face, they lose their job or they lost a loved one? You don't know if this person is an alcoholic like that. They don't know how to handle their problems. So they drink or you don't know someone until you know someone through all their seasons. That's my understanding. And I will never be married to someone until I can see those parts of them. And that might take a long time. I'll be okay being single, but I need to see how you react in every situation. So I know I'm not caught off guard like, wow, I never seen this side of you before, because you now never allowed that time for it to blossom into that. And you just jumped right into it because you saw all the good stuff. You never seen them through their worst. So it's harder for me to be all in it with someone if I haven't seen you at your worst, because I need to know what that looks like before I get involved with somebody.
Yeah. Miss Mo Better. I see you, Miss Mo Better. What's going on? She said, hey Dave, that's me on TikTok. Her name is Quiet as Kept. I see you. Thanks for watching on TikTok. She asked a question. She said, how many times have you forgiven them for repeating the same mistake? Now, look, marriage is a whole nother story. Okay. In marriage, we're supposed to be, I say supposed to. In marriage, we're supposed to be till death do us part, for better or worse, in sickness and in health, right? I mean, we take vows, so we're supposed to. Not everyone can do that. And some things are absolute deal breakers for some people. So, if he gambled and y'all were late on the rent, but otherwise he gambles and y'all ain't never been late on nothing, some women can do that. They can say, hey, as long as if our bills are paid, you want to spend your little extra money at the casino, you can do that. But some women are like, yo, that money could have been saved. We could have used that for an emergency. Our kids may need something, right? So some women won't even put up with that much. Some women can deal with drinking because they drink themselves. Other women don't even drink alcohol. So you come near alcohol, they're like, oh, you alcoholic. But maybe they're not. Maybe they're just a social drinker, but you're not a drinker, so you don't have the same tolerance or concept as they do. So everybody has a line, y'all. Everybody has a line. My question is, how often, Ms. Mobetter said, how many times have you forgiven a person for repeating the same mistake? I would say, and please answer, men and women, it depends on the mistake. It depends on the mistake. It depends on if it's a deal breaker for you. If it's a deal breaker, you might forgive them, but you might say, hey, I can't be with you. I forgive you. I don't want you to go to hell. I don't hate you. You're not my enemy, but we done. Like when me and my ex-wife got divorced, she asked me 2 years after she treated me horribly. Oh, David, I want my husband back. I made a mistake. I told her, hey, I love you as a person, but I can't stay married to you. Yeah. And I meant that with all my heart. And that was no malice. That was no anger. That was simply, we have reached an impasse, and I don't care what you say. We're not getting back together. I don't hate you, but I ain't gonna be with you. So we gotta know our boundaries. Sherrod, come back when you can. Let me know what you're talking about.
And you know what, Dave?
Yes, please.
Just to piggyback, why you were able to do that too, because you had so much respect for yourself. And it really starts with that. Like a lot of people, they don't love themselves enough to be like, you know what, I'm good. They feel like there's still some type of need in that person. And some people don't make it out like that. If someone comes crawling back, like, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. We women do that more than probably men do. Right? We're like, oh,
I
so
want to say something, Dawn. I don't know. Dawn, I don't know if I'm trying not to signify. I got to watch what I'm saying because I'm not trying to slander. I'm not trying to slander or defame. And also, too, I'm respecting my marriage so I don't want to talk too much about the past. I don't know if you met my ex that I was with for a number of years, and it was just like we were on and off and on and off. I don't know. You might have heard about her, but I don't know if you met her.
I don't know if I met her.
This is so COVID hit. You definitely did, Ashley, because we talked about this in detail. So when COVID hit, I was 2 years out of that relationship. All right, so it was over for 2 years when COVID hit. But it was an on and off thing for 4.5 years. Sherrod know exactly who I'm talking about. And I'm not going to say the name. But no matter what, I just could not get myself to see that person as my wife. Hey, listen, great person. Dawn, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. And people were like, yo,
when did you know that though? But when did you know that?
All right, now this is where I'm going to do something that you said women don't do. Somebody said women don't take accountability. I ain't missed that. I ain't missed that. Someone said men take accountability, and I do think that men take accountability. And I'm going to say 95% of women don't. They run from it unless they have to. All right, and I'm not judging. That's I don't know what that's about. We might have to go back to the Garden of Eden on that one. Right?
I would be curious to see what women say, because it might be a men think that 95% of women don't. Women might think that 95% of
Right,
men
because I really am on that side with like what Ashley said. I just don't see
don't.
it. We haven't real men take accountability. Grown men. Grown men. That's the difference. And so
I
a
agree.
lot of us are out here not dealing with grown men, and that's why we might be saying, and the same thing for men. You might not be dealing with a grown woman if you're saying 95% of women. You're not dealing with a grown woman. You're dealing with a little girl still.
I'm sorry. Just got to be honest. It's difficult for people to take accountability in general. I'm talking about in business.
You right?
I'm talking about
Yeah, I see it there.
I don't understand what it is. Lack of confidence, lack of self, thinking you're going to lose.
Well, I want to say, I agree, Ashley. It's hard for human beings to take accountability. All right. Now, look, I'm not trying to go Kevin Samuels. I'm not trying to go left. I was making a point. I was making a point about my ex. Because you asked me, Dawn, when did I know she wasn't the one?
Yes.
I'm gonna answer that question. But before I answer that question, everybody that's on TikTok, I need y'all to double tap that screen like 100 times. Kenny Kincaid, Mo Better, Miss Mo Better. I see you. Quiet as kept. All right, Nita, the James. Hey, first of all, y'all share the live. Second of all, y'all double tap. Listen, man. I'm double tapping it myself. Listen, I knock my own. I rock my own. Like I was on my own. I can't say it. Cause see, they'll get me for cussing. All right, I'ma say it. Rock my own shit. Clock my own shit. I knock my own shit like I was on my own dick. That's what May said.
Hey, real quick.
That's that bad boy stuff.
Hey, if I could, Dave, Lifers, if y'all don't mind me asking, it's 12:25. Is there a question? Is there something on the floor right now we can vote on?
You ain't been listening to the show, Negro. We are talking.
No. We are talking. I'm just trying to make sure because you have yet to ask the man the question, and the man is right here.
Oh.
You right.
Okay.
You right.
Right.
Because I've been monopolizing. You right. Let me land my plane, and I'm gonna ask you the question.
Okay, because Ashley's been getting paid by the minute over there.
She has, and Ashley just gave a very lawyer answer.
She did. It was bullshit.
You heard that bullshit. It's safe to say that human beings can't be accountable.
Yeah,
I said that's a lawyer mess. That's a lawyer mess.
Guardian of the Galaxies? Like, what is Ashley talking about? Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares, Ashley. You gave the most. You gave a political answer to a quagmire in the red herring. So
she did.
I was like, what?
She did.
It's real. I started out by saying I agree. I thought the opposite of what Dave thought.
Right. I caught that.
Yeah.
Women are accountable, maybe more so than men, but hey.
Okay.
You stayed in the middle of the road. I was over here like this.
So let me say this. Let me say this. When I saw. Okay, hold on. Destiny said, read my comment. Where's your comment, baby? On YouTube or on Instagram, babe? It's on TikTok. She said, hey, love, how are you? You talking to Quiet as Kept? Baby, I don't see that comment or another comment.
I just want the world to know that ever since Destiny...
which comment, my love?
She moved from New Jersey.
You said, hey, love, how are you? I don't see it.
Destiny's changed. Everybody's changed since they moved from Jersey. All right? I don't believe you, Destiny, if you don't log on and put your face.
Type it again because I don't see it.
On.
And Sherrod said he don't believe you. If you ain't live, baby, come on the live. Turn the light on. Come on live, babe.
Come on, beautiful.
I'm gonna send you the StreamYard link so everybody can see your pretty face. All right.
We know you're studying for the bar.
You don't know Sherrod. She took the bar 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Okay.
She took the bar. Right. We waiting on the results.
Listen, Dustin, between me and you. Hey, Dustin, between me and you. If and when you pass the bar, because you're gonna pass, I will buy all the wings at Dave in your house. And I got a military discount and so I'm getting all the wings from like Buffalo Wild Wings for free.
So you're gonna have to get her. You're gonna have to get her vegan wings. Remember, she's vegan.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. She's
Look,
on
man.
her Dean.
Let me tell you.
She's
Hey,
on her Dean.
Dawn. Let me tell you why I married Destiny. First of all, I asked God for a woman with a good lock of hair, not hair, hair. I need edges, and I need hair. All right. I said, Lord, please let her have her own hair. And I said, Lord, let her be thicker than a Snicker and thicker than cold peanut butter. But in all the right spots. Okay. I did that. And the Lord said, watch this. He said, watch this. That woman came through and I said, good googly goo.
Hold on. So if I could ask a question real quick, can I approach?
Not yet, because I'm basking.
Oh, you're basking. Okay.
She came through. She came through thicker than this. Listen, man. I said, how a woman be that cold blooded and she a vegan? Where did she get all them? Huh? Okay, I'll stop. Listen.
And I bet you knew she was the one almost instantly.
Where's my camera? Am I here or am I here?
That shit didn't go like that. No. That's bullshit. It didn't go like that.
It didn't go like that. Because I kind of remember when you met her.
You thinking about the ex. You thinking about Destiny.
I'm not thinking about shit. How dare you, sir? I'm thinking about when he first met his wife. That shit didn't go like that. First of all, she hazed him up. He was mediocre at best. He was a peon in her world.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. All right, babe, I sent you the link. Babe.
Hey, I don't trust Destiny. First of all, her skin is immaculate. She's never had a pimple. You can't trust nobody who's never had a pimple. Number two, her hair is long as shit. You can't trust people that don't have long hair. If they got long hair, their FICO score is very amazing. Number three,
I've never heard this.
She got a JD degree.
Yes.
She had a what?
She got
Juris Doctorate. She's
a lawyer. Okay, got you.
She's a lawyer. And you know what? Listen,
is she a lawyer or an attorney, Ashley?
She's an attorney.
All of things.
She's an attorney. And you know what? And you know what's best? You know what's best? No offense to all the other attorneys that are on the live. She's an attorney that know how to not argue.
But she did marry you, so that's probably not going to happen. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I have to go. It is 12:31. It's been a great pleasure and honor. Thank y'all so much.
You can't leave yet. Destiny told me to get back on topic. Are you coming on stage? Okay, no. She ain't coming on stage. She's not ready yet. Okay. But you can't leave yet. She told me I got to get back on topic, Sharad.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Oh yeah, you got to answer the question.
He do have to answer the question. So real quick. I knew she was the one. I knew my ex wasn't the one.
No. What's the original question?
I'm landing my plane. I knew my ex wasn't the one. I definitely knew after 1 year I was teeter-tottering. But I want to say this, Dawn. I got to be fair. You know how you think this is a great person? Man, they're great. Man, we actually get along. Oh, man, like this really could work. But then you have some non-negotiables, some things that you ain't trying to deal with. For instance, I didn't want a woman with children because I didn't have any children. I wanted a woman with no children. Not only did she have a child, but her ex-husband was, John J. Rambo. He thought he was, Mr. Terrific. And nah. So it was a lot going on there. And then on top of that, I just didn't. I had been a foster parent in my prior marriage, so I was like, I really don't. I prefer not to. So I really wanted a woman without children, and then I also wanted a woman that could be patient with me and not force me into a relationship and into marriage. And I just felt like my ex was pushy. She never learned. I used to say this: I'm flying low and slow, and you flying high and fast, and we're not at the same pace. And you have not yet learned to just slow down. Come down to where David is and just let him lead. She just out in front on everything. And if you want to be single, go for it. But But if you want to be married, nah, you got to work together. So
Yeah.
that's why that didn't work. And from the beginning, me and Destiny were just compatible. We worked together. I never felt pressure from her. You know, and I'm talking about already an attorney, already accomplished. But I never felt like she was like, you got to catch up to where I'm at, or you need to be. She didn't come with all that. She was just like, I just want a good man that loves God and loves me.
Mm.
Man,
That's
I was
another
in.
conversation right there. That's another conversation. Love it.
That's a whole thing. So
We're
Sherrod,
not
Yeah.
talking about, sir. We're not talking about
Okay.
that. You need to get back on topic.
Back up. Yeah.
That's what's wrong with y'all. I'm paying. Listen, I'm paying Ashley by the minute, by the hour. She already got an NDA. She already got
a
a
JD.
I can't keep paying Ashley. She just listen. And guess what Ashley's doing? Guess what Ashley's doing? She's doing this. Yes, you're right.
Right.
I
Take your
agree.
time.
So I want to, Rod, I do want to know from your end, what are some manly things that men do that you feel are manly? And then do women need to forgive?
Yes. What makes a man
For
a
being
man?
men.
Define manness. What makes a man a man?
Is it a consonant or a vowel?
It's a consonant.
Use it in what's the origins?
Here's the origin. I hate that man and all of his manness. He's just so damn mannish. Now, take that and define what is manness, mannish, manliness. What is it? In your opinion?
Okay.
That might make a woman say something like that.
All right. So let's break this down. Okay, cool. So what makes a man a man? A man has fundamental things that have been ordained by God to do. Right? So you have to honor thy father and thy mother. You know, all those good things. But I think what happens is men who are not God-fearing, men that are not following a certain potentate of the road, and your potentate before your potentate is your father. So men have gotten out of the origins of following a path. So women who are beautiful, I don't care if you're talking about an Electra or a Ruth or any one of those women, they will lead in spite of a man. Now that's not the way God intended it to be, but that's the way it is today. A man must provide. He must not only provide, that comes in various different like levels, like food, water, protection, shelter. All those things fall underneath provide. That's what God ordained it to be that way. Men don't tap into who they are emotionally until they become older, right? I mean, because they've been through so much. And I think not only that, they must defend. They must defend the honor of their family, the women, the woman, the children in their lives. And if they can't do that, like I told a guy one time, he was talking to me and my kids were right there and everything. I said, I'm willing to die right now for mine. Will you take that plunge though? Will you now see? It's all good when the pot calling the kettle black, or it's all good when the rabbit got a gun. But like, see, I'm willing to die for mine. See, a real man, he's willing to give everything that he's ever worked for in his life for this moment to pass on generational wealth or knowledge or understanding. So a lot of times, what are you willing to do as a man? Make the ultimate sacrifice. And that,
what else? You know what else men? What makes men men, Sherrod? Speak on this. Respect.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. Respect. That's big for us.
If you're the man of the house and you provide all those ancillary things that we just talked about, and all of a sudden a woman come home and she don't respect you in your own domain, right? You in your dominion right here. Say, hey, I just need you to give me a glass of water because I'm doing something that's going to project our family, to project where we need to go. Well, first of all, you don't respect me because I'm leading and you're not respecting my leadership. So now that you're not respecting my leadership, you're not going to trust anything I'm going to tell you after that. And so many women, and you're right, Dave, you said this earlier. Men, you know why men jack it up? Because guess what? They can't get a woman to follow them because they don't know how to lead. And they've never been taught how to
Oh,
lead.
right
And they've
there.
never been shown how to lead. That's why
That's a
guys
fact.
say y'all gotta walk side by side. Cause see, women are way smarter than men. They always have been. Women have toppled civilizations.
Come on.
Women know strategically what men need, but for some reason, they don't yearn to what men need. They stop. Because women have been taught if lionesses don't follow lions they can't kill and
Right.
can't
But
defend.
see, in the animal kingdom, they know the strong shall survive. I'm going with the
Yeah.
strongest animal, and that's whoever is the Lion King. They go for that. But in today's world, men are seen as dangers. They say, "Hey, would you rather spend all night in the forest with a man or a bear?" And a lot of women say the bear. They scared to be around the man, in a tight situation because we've been taught that men are
That's right.
dangerous,
Like,
and you know what I'm saying, and men hurt women. And I'm not saying men don't, because there's definitely a lot of men that do. But we got to get back to the days where there are men that aren't going to hurt women. There are men that are going to protect women. There are men that are going to look after every woman, whether that's his mother, his sister, uh, his daughter, or a stranger.
but
We got to get back to those days, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
but Dave, if I could, so many men don't have mentors.
Oh yeah.
They don't have individuals to show them the way. Um, I still have my father, and God knows I love Joe Nathan Conyers because my father, each and every time I talk with him, it's knowledge based. It's not no longer like, hey son, I can't teach you that. You 50. You need to do these things. If I was you, I would do this. If I was you, I would do that. I think everybody in our community, in the Black community, we are charged with building up men and women. It's not just men, but I think fathers are so um, instrumental in the developing of men, especially young Black men.
Yeah.
We had uncles and fathers back in the day that used to tell us when we were doing wrong. And then fathers went away and mothers had to step into that. That's the wrong answer.
Hmm.
Uh, that's the wrong answer. But it's so important. It's so important that we follow the teachings of God and how we should be and what we should do. And we just don't listen enough, man.
I
We
want to
don't.
piggyback off of something you said, and Don, we talked about it a few minutes ago, right? Sherrod just touched on it. Men aren't taught to be men, right?
Not.
Man, like, we were lucky if our father was a good man, and we're lucky if he was in our life.
Mhm.
All right, we're lucky if he wasn't. Maybe our grandfather was a good man, and maybe he was in our life. But you know what's so funny, man? I posed this question last week on TikTok. Are good men corny?
Wait a minute.
I know it caught you off guard, but it's a real question. Are good men corny?
No.
No. In the eyes of some, and sadly, this social media life has ruined a lot of things. But in no, good men are not corny. There are corny men that are corny. That's what it is. Good men
There
are
are,
not necessarily corny.
there are corny men that are good, and
True.
there are cool men, non-corny men that are good.
Yes.
But I do want to say this. Are not us. We're generation. What are we? Generation
We
X
are
and
we're
Y.
What, 80s, 80s, 70s?
Yes,
What?
I think 70s, 80s is like X and Y. I think 90s or 2000s is Z. We ain't
I
Z.
just know we're
We
the best
definitely it.
generation. That's all I know. Yeah,
All
we're
right,
the
so check.
ones that gotta make the lot.
I feel. Oh, no, I'm not gonna say I feel. I know for a fact that the nice guy finishes last. The corny guy is always picked last, and until women get grown, been through some stuff, and get past the childish ways, then it's like, yo, you know what? That corny guy ain't that bad. Like, I want a good man. I want a nice guy. But when we were in high school, I had to have the thug. He had to have an edge. I can't, that corny dude. You know what I'm saying? But then when you get to 35, 40, after life be lifing, then it's like, I'll never forget it, Mimi. God damn, I didn't say the name.
Wait,
Y'all don't know.
First of all, seriously,
and you,
if I could,
Okay,
real
so
quick.
hold on. I'm gonna just say this.
Go ahead, bro.
There was before I got married, there was someone. I tried to, hey, let's have a drink. Oh, hey, we cool. All right. As life went on, that person ended up saying, "You're a great person. I could be with you." Where was that 5 years ago?
yeah, some growing up to. That's all.
Okay, but now,
That's
listen, now, hey, we in the friend zone, be the friend zone. Be cool, right? I can see you. You're a great guy, and I said, "Yo, man, I don't want to hear." I said in my mind, I don't want to hear this because number one, we're not really on that page. Number two, we ain't compatible, and then number three, when a Negro might have been slightly interested 5 years ago, you tried to play a Negro to the left because he was a nice guy. But then when I guess, I don't know, some women don't want you till you got a relationship. I've seen that too. And I don't know if y'all can speak on that. But some women don't want a man until he has someone. And then it's like, oh, he was corny prior, but now that he got a woman, oh my God, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it's like, come on, lady, stop playing the games. So are good men corny? Dawn.
I good men, or I don't think, in my eyes, I can't speak for other women. For me, in my age, good men are not corny. That all.
Were good men
At all.
corny when you were 18?
Yes. So I was with you all the way. As I was younger, I definitely liked maybe a little thug dude, or what I mean? I definitely was looking at what they had the swag, right? And what I tell my daughter now is like, no, you want that nerd. What are you talking about? That's the one that's going to have a life. That's the one that's going to do something with himself. Like, I'm trying to teach her. No, you want to befriend that person.
And going back to my high school days, there was a young lady everybody thought was the finest thing, right? She was super, super pretty and fine and thick. Not that smart, Dawn. I'm not even being funny. Not that smart. And as time went on, she blew up. She got as big as a house. And then she wasn't that smart either. So her level, she didn't get to certain places in life. And so now we're just 5 years out of high school. We were like, oh my God, she kind of fell apart. But we were like, but you know what though? The smart girl back in the day has blossomed and grown into her height and her body. And it's like, yo, that smart, nerdy, skinny girl is now a supermodel and hella smart and hella successful. Why couldn't we see it in high school? Because we was just too busy looking for what was in front of us.
Yeah. But Dave, the good girls finish last too. Just like you say, good men finish last. Good girls finish last too. Because and that's what it is. That's what we see now. The good girls finish last. It's the bad bees with the men, right? And the ones that's what the men want. That's what, if you look like an Instagram model, you look like that, you could be dumb as a doorknob. But because that woman makes him look good, that's who they picking. They're not picking the lawyers. They're not. They don't want the independent woman. They don't want the woman that got it all together, because the man wants to feel needed. And that's the fact of the matter. They want to feel like they're changing someone's life. So
see,
when they come and go ahead.
You preaching.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same for men and women. I think just like
Mhm.
women, you've gotten treated, you know, shitty by a few men, and then you change.
Mhm.
Or I think it's the same for men. I know men extremely wealthy, good looking. They've dated all the Instagram models or whatever, and then they got burned. You know what I mean? Or just
Yeah.
or women who are just out to take advantage of them or anything
Yeah.
like that, right? That'll make you change real quick. You get some divorces and you lose half, that'll make you change. So I think
Yeah.
it's the same. It's like going through life and experiencing and maturing. Like that's a part of it, right? And realizing what's really good for you and not just, thinking in the moment with,
Yeah.
not with your brain.
Yeah. No doubt. Look, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. We kind of talked about
Wait.
yes, sir.
What was the question again? And can I get back to answering that?
You was taking a long route, I think, to answer it. I think that's what happened.
Yes. How dare you, ma'am? Yes, I was going to talk, and then you cut me off, and you say, "Hold on a second, I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta pick something up real quick," and then they got paper towels on sale, and then I was just over here like,
Threw you under the bus.
Completely.
I didn't know what was going on. What's the question?
The question is, are good men corny?
love
That's the
y'all. I
new
love y'all. I love you.
that's the new question.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
good men corny?
Yes, all good men are corny. Next question. You know why?
Why?
You know what? We actually just talked about this. So, and I always I got brothers. They're in a certain fraternity. I'm in a certain fraternity, and then chicks don't really find my fraternity until they're older. They've already seen a certain fraternity, and that certain fraternity just, oh my God, they're fun. They turn up. They throw people against the wall. They hop. Did I say hop? They hop, and all of a sudden now you find a guy that's got the great FICO score and he is very established in his career. All right, so at the end of the day, you always find a corny guy when you've done partying. That's why I think all women got to get certain things out of their system at a certain age. Like your 20s, they're roaring for a reason. Your 30s, they're roaring for a reason. You, when you're 40, 50 years old, you're like, I don't want to do the things I did in my 20s and 30s. Well, you have to remember men are more extravagant, they're more well balanced. Emotionally, they have more financial stability when they're older,
Mm-hmm.
in their 40s and their 50s. So when men get in their 40s, they start acting, talking, presenting themselves in a different fashion. Women have already done that. Their presentation happened in their 20s and their 30s, right? Men
Yeah.
are totally different.
I feel like men don't grow up until they have responsibilities. Like for instance, until you paying your own bills, you're gonna be a little boy. Until you have a wife or a child, a son or daughter, you're gonna be a little boy. And even when you do have a son or a daughter, or maybe even a wife, some men resist growing up. They just, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They just resist.
Peter Pan
Yeah,
syndrome.
Peter Pan. And it's like, yo, man, look, man, yo, I remember there was a time in my life when I loved collecting toys as a kid. I loved collecting Thundercats, Beast Wars, Transformers, G.I. Joe. And when I got to the age of 12, my mom looked at me and said, all right, son, which one for your birthday? I said, Ma, I want Mumrai, I want Lion-O, and I want Beast Wars. And she said, you're getting too old for toys. I'm not buying you no more toys. 12 is the last time you're getting toys. Once you're a teenager, no more toys. And I was like, dag, and you know what? That was the last time my mother bought me a toy. I remember it. And when I was 13 and I wanted to collect toys to be like my older cousin collected comic books and toys. And I was like, man, if I could just be like Spencer, right? I had to buy my own toys at 13. If I wanted Optimus Prime collectible, if I wanted Crisis on Infinite Earths or Superman, the issue when Supergirl got killed, I had to buy it. My mother was not buying anything else. Hey, Sherrod had to go. Thank you for joining, Sherrod.
Hey, I love you guys, man. Y'all be good. Hey, at the end
Have
of
a
the
good
day,
night. Get some sleep.
hey, at the end of the day, be the change that makes the come, and when the come comes, it makes the change. Come on now.
I thought he was really about to say something deep.
Me too. That's what makes a man right there. That crude cracking jokes, that's us.
Yes.
Y'all don't do that. You know
But
what I'm saying?
Dave, I have a question.
Yeah.
I saw a comment that popped up that a lot of the men are the ones that are saying that they think that good men are corny, and I don't quite understand why that the other men find good men corny. But what is it that makes that good man corny? Because I look at they call Russell Wilson corny all day long, but that man is fine. He is a God-fearing man. He loves Sierra. Like,
yes,
she had to go through some bad things because she chose the
future.
You know what I'm saying? That she chose that dude, and he was the bad dude. And then she switched it up and went super left and got her a God-fearing man, and that changed her entire life.
So some men are calling other men corny. All right, hold on. Hey, Sherrod, are you still there, or are you bouncing out? All right, he just
tired. I think
I'm gonna let him go because he Thanks for joining, Sherrod. All right. So look, you're looking at the nice guy. The nice guy. I was a nice guy for years, and I still am. You're looking at the good guy. And because of that, in high school, maybe some people say, oh, Dave corny. Oh, he a nerd. Da, 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 da. And it just depended on my circumstance. But I'm gonna be honest, Dawn, I wasn't an athlete. You know, I'm 6'1.5", maybe 6'2". I'm taller and bigger than my brother. But my brother ran track. My brother played basketball. My brother was an artist. Hank is a natural athlete, always been his whole life. I am a natural bookworm. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. When I was a kid, what you want to be, David? An inventor. Hank, what you want to be? I want to be an artist and I want to run track and play basketball. And so somehow I grew bigger and taller than my brother, but my brother is a better athlete. That's just how it's always been. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I had friends in high school that were the dumb jock. And I had friends that were the smart jocks because there was a couple of them that was in AP courses. They were smart as hell. But they all had the same attitude towards a guy like me. They were like, Dave kind of small. Dave can't dunk a basketball. Yeah, Dave a good guy. He's a nice guy. What got me over was Hank was cool. My brother was cool as hell. Everybody loved Hank. Hank could draw. Hank was funny. Everybody loved Hank. David was quiet. So I was quiet and I was nerdy and I was into science and mathematics. And here's the other thing. I didn't seek acceptance from the crowd. So I didn't have to play basketball. I didn't have to run track. I could give a damn about them people. All I cared about was my grades, how my family felt about me, possibly how God felt about me because I was learning. And of course, how the women felt about me. And the women that took time to notice me were like, hey, Dave. Like they was like, no, y'all missing it. This one right here, he a keeper. They were like, we like him. We like the nerdy guy. He's super smart. He's skinny. He cute. He got the curly hair. Right. But then the women that were into the jocks, Dave, all right. Right. So it was this dichotomy about who am I? When I moved from a black high school, Dawn, to a white high school, the black people that were there, you had two types. You had one type that was wannabes. They just trying to be it. And they trying to be it white school. At a black school, you ain't gonna have no clout because you corny. But at a white school, you think you the man. You had those, and then you had the people that were like, man, I'm here, I'm working hard. Hey, you my brother, you my sister, you cool with me. I'll never forget, Dawn. This is a perfect example. I walk into white school. I go to it's lunchtime. All the black people are at one desk, at one table. They laugh and they cracking jokes. They joning on people. I'm quiet, right? I don't talk much, but I'm dressing pretty nice. I got a decent haircut. The finest black girl at the school got up and came to my table and said, "What's your name?" I said, "I'm David." She was like, "Why are you sitting by yourself?" I said, I don't need people like that. Like, I'm cool. And she was like, "People thought you was stuck up because you was sitting by yourself." I said, "No, I'm just quiet and I don't need the games." And she was like, "So you super intelligent, you kind of cool." And she's like, "Can I eat with you?" I was like, "Yeah." So she ate with me for a week, and them Negroes hated me because the fine
Mhm.
fool was sitting with me, talking with me. And then she said, "Come on, you need to come sit with us because you don't need to be sitting by yourself." So she brought me over to the cool table. She hung out with me. And then all the Negroes who were fronting on me, when I say Negroes, I mean the men, all the men that was fronting on me and calling me corny. We going back to why do some men call men corny? All the men that were fronting on me and calling me corny, all of a sudden wanted to be cool with me because Mary, her name was Mary. Mary had taken a liking to me, and Mary was like, "David is cool, leave him alone." And once Mary took a liking to me, then the other cool girls took a liking to me. Then the athlete girls took a liking to me. Then they realized I was smart. They're like, "Oh, hold on. He can help us with our homework too? Hold on. No, you need to talk to this guy." So then the coolest guy in the school had to eventually become cool with me to an extent. But once we got on the track field and I wasn't around the girls, now they tried to haze me again. Because I wasn't an athlete. I wasn't as fast. I wasn't as strong as them. I ran track for 1 year. They've been running track since they was little kids. So they tried to front. So here, to answer your question, why do some men call other men corny? Because they're intimidated.
Mm.
They're intimidated because they're like, "I'm just going to use my high school. Dang, dude is smart. Dude got curly hair. Dude is hella chocolate with clear skin. The women are all over him, and I don't know why. He's a slim guy. He ain't built like me. But then when you talk to him, he cool as hell." They had they didn't know where to put me, Dawn. They were like, am I cool with him? I want to be cool with him because everybody else cool with him, but I want to hate him because he's not a jock with us and crude and cracking dumb jokes. That's what I went through. I even had this is funny. This is gonna be funny. I even had a girl named LaQueta. LaQueta was the hood chick. LaQueta was the hood chick at the white school. I ain't know LaQueta that much. I just see her on the bus. LaQueta used to be like, "Hey." I'm like, "What's up?" "Hey, what's up?" And she starts saying, "Hey, your name David?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What's up, David?" I'm LaQueta. Every day. So eventually LaQueta decides she's gonna get off the bus and hug me and give me a kiss on the cheek. I didn't. She was trying to make her drug dealing boyfriend jealous. I didn't know this. I'm thinking it's because I'm cool, or okay, maybe. No, LaQueta was trying to make Touche jealous, and Touche wanted to fight me. I don't know nothing about this. Nigga name was Touche.
I love these names.
I don't know nothing
about this. Touche and LaQueta.
Yes.
No Touche from nobody. Touche wanted to fight me because LaQueta got off the bus with a unbuttoned 3 buttons, but all kind of cleavage showing. LaQueta got off the bus, gave me a big old hug, gave me a big kiss on the cheek after she said hi to me for 5 or 6 days in a row, all the while making him jealous. I don't know who this man is. I don't know these people. So what did I do? I get on the bus, and the dude that looked homeless, who I was cool with, I'll never forget, his name was Juan. Juan looked homeless. He was a dude that didn't have that much money, right? Like his clothes was kind of tattered, right? But Juan was an athlete. Juan was jacked. Cock Diesel. Juan said, "Hey, dog, your name Dave, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Hey, man, you seen Touche look at you like that?" I said, "Man, I don't even know who that Negro is." He said, "Man, that's LaQueta X, man. She trying to make him jealous." He was like, "Dude, don't listen to her." He said, "I know she cute, but don't. She trying to make him jealous." He said, "Bro, I got your back. You're a good dude. I got your back." Juan had the streets. So every hood guy at that white high school, Juan said, "I got your back." So when we went to the what do you call it, the pep rally, I'm walking to my seat, and LaQueta, "Hey there," it's starting all this mess, and I was like, I'm like, I'm cool. Juan sat next to me, and when when Touche stood up with his little ponies, Juan stood up by himself. Juan was like, "What?" And they sat back down because Juan probably failed 3 times. Juan was a grown ass man. He should
like a 3-time holdback.
20. He's like 20, and I was 16. Juan was grown. You ain't grown man. You ain't want to mess with Juan. And Juan was half black, half Puerto Rican. You ain't play with Juan. So God had my back, y'all. Listen, I'm just trying to go to school. I didn't know who LaQueta. I didn't know who Touche was. I ain't know Rick and all these other people. I ain't know none of these people, man. But they hated me for no reason. And the only reason I think LaQueta even noticed me is because the finest girl in the school, Mary Robinson, took a liking to me. Mary was cold. Mary was cold, but Mary also probably was kept back like 4 times. Mary was a grown woman. That woman had to be 35. You know, she was
35.
Lord.
no reason being in high school. That woman was grown, and that's why I thought it was fine because she was a full woman.
That's what you love.
But that's why some guys think nice guys are corny because they're intimidated. Because there's something that we have that they don't have. Maybe it's an innocence. Maybe it's a trusting in God. Maybe it's I'm not corrupted by the world yet. It's something that we have that they don't have that bothers them. So when people try to take a dump on Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson is an absolute athlete. He's a Super Bowl winner. He's a handsome man. He's physically fit. He's God-fearing. And then he go pull Sierra and everybody mad. But it's like, bruh, you missed it. He been had it. You just have a different criteria. Russell Wilson was been. You know who else? Nick Cannon with his 18,000 children. Women called him corny. Nick is extremely successful.
He is. And Nick is corny because he says corny stuff. And he does corny things and he makes corny movies. So it's like his corny is not because he's a nice guy. His corny is because that's the corny guy that we say he's corny because he's corny, not because he's nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's the corny guy that might be nice, but I don't know if he's a nice guy. I don't know. But he's not because he's a good man. He's not. No, that's not him.
Is he corny because he's trying to be cool?
Yes.
Yeah, he's such an extreme example because he's trying to create some whole other universe and world, and he's trying to think deeper than everybody else and be smarter than everybody else and have 100 kids on a ranch living together with them. I mean, he's trying too hard to
be
something
like,
just be you, just and just be quiet. It doesn't have to be so loud. Just do you.
Somebody said, what do y'all think of Duncan Pendahughes? I don't even know who that person is.
Duncan Pendahughes.
Who is that?
It's a character in a movie.
Oh, okay.
That sounds so.
Yeah, class act. Yeah, that's
class act.
Duncan Pendahughes, funny. Yeah,
class act.
Yeah, when he switched up his role.
Well, let me ask
to be all studious.
So, Nick Cannon is trying to create something. Nick Cannon is not being maybe himself. He's trying to create an image. I got 2 more names. Maybe 3 more. Is Will Smith corny?
Yes. But he's a good guy corny.
Is he though? Okay.
To me, I felt like everyone looked at Will Smith. He was the goofy guy. He was always silly. Some of his jokes were corny, you know what I mean? But he was super likable because of his personality. And he made corny be okay. To me, he had respect. I don't think there was not one person who didn't respect Will Smith at one point in his career.
Yeah, of course.
Corny as a whole. I think his music is corny.
Yeah.
Like you said, some of his roles are. I think things about him and his career might be corny, but when I look at the man, I'm like, he's successful. Yeah. He's tall, probably athletic. all those characteristics to me are not corny. But
Nah, you're right, 100%, Ashley.
his persona, the acting and the music, that's corny.
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah.
Ms. Mobetta said Will Smith definitely a corny man. All right, so hold up. This is why I brought Will Smith up, because when rap was growing, Will Smith found success, got a Grammy, but he did it without cursing.
That's true.
He did it with a family friendly image. And back when
Mm-hmm.
Public Enemy was fighting the power, and Public Enemy was very rebellious, and even NWA was coming out soon with gangster rap. Will Smith won the first Grammy for being clean and family friendly, and people didn't like that. They were mad at that. They said Public Enemy should have won. I was one of them. I said Public Enemy should have won. Fear of a Black Planet to me was a better album than He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, because I'm looking at cuts and scratches and Terminator X and Flavor Flav and Chuck D. I'm looking at the struggle. Fear of a Black Planet was it. But Will Smith was very popular, and parents just don't understand. All that stuff was fun, and it was clean. And Nightmare on My Street, right? But then you hear the brand new funk, and he going off, and you're like, hold on, this man can really rap. He can spit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he not corny. Dude can go. He just keeping it clean. You gotta respect him. And then he gets a TV show. He's hilarious. He's corny but hilarious. Then he gets Bad Boys, and he plays Mike Lowry, and he gets a chance to show his physique. He didn't buffed out. He came into himself. He played a character that was a ladies' man. Martin was the comedian. He was the straight man. And the movie makes $100-some odd million off of like a $14 million budget. Will Smith is the guy. He was already the guy from Independence Day because he played a nice, military role. I think Bad Boys certified him as being cool. And I think he's been cool ever since Bad Boys.
I agree. That's a good timeline to discuss, because like that Mike Lowry, he was not corny. He got a chance to show, at least on screen. I don't know what Jada gets. We don't know, but at least on screen, able to show that he is or can be cool. There's a cool side to him, or at least he can make it be believable, because it seems believable. So I agree. And then he had Men in Black and some other roles, maybe a corny movie, maybe or not. But his role within it, he was able to be
cool.
And
then he's leading movies, Hitch, Hancock, Enemy of the State with Gene Hackman, a great actor. Like, Will proved he could act. And then he won an Oscar. Will proved. That's why I was so upset when he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, because I'm like, Will, you made it. Like, you made it. You proved that you're everything we wanted you to be. You proved that the nice guy, the clean guy, the corny guy, the straight guy. When I say straight, I don't mean straight or gay. I mean like the guy that's clean cut. You proved that he could win, and you won, and then you messed it up by slapping a man in a public forum. I hated that for Will Smith. I was like, damn, man.
I thought that was so staged. I don't want to go off tangent, but I just felt like that was so staged, and it didn't do what they was expecting it to do. That's still my opinion on the whole thing. But
so one of my co-hosts is a comedian back in the day, Kevin Williamson, right? And Kev was like, he called me immediately. He said, yo, did you see that? And I said, was that real? And he was like, I don't know. And we kept watching, and we kept looking at the media, and we kept looking at the replays. Dawn, I think it was real.
Now it's just like, because I felt like he knew it was coming. I watched it over and over. Like, it looked like he knew it was coming. He literally had a smile, and he was bracing for it. So it was almost like it was staged. And I was like, I watched this so many times. Or
I'm not a fighter, Chris Rock. Chris Rock is not a fighter.
Nope.
Chris Rock probably 175 pounds, 160 pounds. Chris Rock cracks jokes and never expected someone to be aggressive. And I'm hosting the Oscars. This is a big night. So I thought Chris Rock was shocked, not staged. I thought it was more like he just did not even know what to do because he's like, wait a minute. Like, I'm laughing because, bro, we on the Oscars. Like, what you doing? Will, you walking up here looking like you mad? You got to be joking too. Like, Will, we're friends, right? Right? And then pow. And then I think that's when he realized, oh my God, this man is unhinged. Now, I will say this. Being that my boy is a comedian, I said to him, hey, dog, Chris Rock be pushing the envelope with Jada. Chris Rock think he funny. He play too damn much. I said that the night of the slap. I said, Chris play too much. I'm like, so maybe there's some behind the scenes stuff where he deserved that. And then that's when my friend who was a comedian said, Dave, if you do something at work, you expect somebody to walk up and pimp slap you at work, no matter what you did? And I said, no, you're right about that. He said, Chris Rock is hosting the Oscars. He's at work. I don't care what he said. That's some nigga shit to walk up on a man and strike him like we in the playground. We back in 5th grade, Dawn. Will Smith went back to being in 5th grade, and whatever trauma he went through, being bullied, someone messing with the women in his family, someone questioning him, whatever that man went through, he was in 5th grade when he heard that joke. Because from what I understand, Chris had been poking at Jada for years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And here's the other thing, Dawn. I heard when Chris heard that Jada and Will were breaking up, I heard that Chris hollered at her. And that was behind it, like, hey, keep my wife's name on your mouth. Like, you playing games. Like, you think you could play with me, dude? I don't care what ups and downs we having. Me and you are like brothers. We're friends. You've been to the crib. Hey, you gonna holler at my wife? But let me tell you, that's an absolute no-no. Going back to men being men. Men don't. I don't care if you're a nerd. I don't care if you corny. I don't care. We don't play about our women, and we don't play about disrespecting us when it comes to our women. You're not gonna play in my face and you hollering at my woman. Like, that's the definition of manhood. You play with my woman, we gotta fight. Somebody gotta die, or damn near, because I can't allow that. Because if I allow you to play with my woman in my face, then the next man gonna do it. Then the next man gonna do it. Then the next man gonna do it.
She's gonna lose so much respect.
And she
the
will.
moment you absolutely. So that was, to me, was more of a, if it was real, I need to protect Jada. We in a weird situation right now. I need to protect everything about this woman right now. Right. And especially on national TV. But I mean, yes, we'll never know until they eventually will come out one day.
Mr. Better said, isn't Chris married? I think Chris was going through a divorce or divorced fully at the time. Chris ain't, I don't think he's with his ex-wife. And then Demetrius said he was pimp slapping August Alsina in his head. I do want to say something about that, because listen, man, I don't want to speak on the Smiths other than just from a media thing. I'm not trying to be personal. You know, we live out here in LA, and I know we know people, and people know people, and it can become personal. I'm not trying to do that. But what I do want to say about it from a media standpoint is I had never have been sure how Jada treated Will. So therefore, I don't know how emasculated he may or may not have felt in that relationship. And so, Jada messing with August Alsina, right? And he's like your son's homie. So my son, 18, 19, 20, my son got a friend that's 18, 19, 20, and my wife messed with him. And my wife having an affair with a little boy. Now, granted, he might have been legal. He might have been a grown man. But in my mind, I'm 40, 50. And this guy is no older than 25. I feel like, damn, so you going to play with a child in front of my face? Now, that's the ultimate disrespect. Because you not only did you cheat on me, you cheated on me with our child's friend. That's a problem. That's from a respect standpoint. That's a problem. Because now that little young Negro, every time he see me, he gonna be like, "What up, man?"
See,
What's
and
that?
I'm not going to have an opinion on that because,
And that's a
yeah,
problem for a man, though, Dawn.
yeah, yeah. I mean, ego, and a whole lot of issues come up from there, but there's some things that have not been brought to light in full light that we're missing a whole big picture here. We want to place blame on Jada for cheating, or we want to, you know, and the real fact of the matter is their lifestyle that they led, and we'd hear all the rumors, and it wasn't like, oh, he cheated and Will didn't know. It was the fact that she brought that all the way to light in public and the way it was done. And I honestly think that Will was very aware of what was going on, and they were separated at the time. And this is kind of all that was kept on the hush, right? Until it
Right.
wasn't. And yeah, it hurt Will, I'm sure. But at the same time, I feel like I can't even speak on that situation because we don't know the whole truth. We don't know. We
Right.
heard all types of rumors. Oh, well, I asked Will if they used to all do it together.
Right.
What I
Yeah.
heard, right? And then that when they split that up and they start doing their own thing, that's where the violation came into play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't no, and
Oh,
they were and
hey,
and August Alsina said he asked permission,
right. Yeah. Yeah. I heard all
right?
that.
So
Yep.
there's like the only person to me that was taken advantage of in this entire situation was August. He was the youngest one. He was in that life. He's gay, right? He has a boyfriend. All this like comes out, right? And it's like
Yeah.
the only person that literally was a victim there. I don't feel sorry for Jada. I don't feel sorry for Will. Y'all wanted to be public and bring that all out, and now this man is all out gay and all this.
Yeah.
We've already
It's
heard about like so.
it's
You
just
know,
like it's just like young actors and singers that are impressionable, and then
Mhm.
they get with the wrong producer, and then they come out as gay 10 years later, and you're like, man, when they were a kid, I didn't pick that up. In
Mhm.
fact, they used to date girls, and then they deal with different people, and then and it's like, yo, what happened to them? You know,
Yep.
yeah, it's sad. Another example, and then we're gonna leave on this note. Another example might be Diddy and the lifestyle he was living in terms of the swinging, whatever else he was doing with the freak offs and being a cuckold or whatever you want to call it. Whatever Diddy was into, a lot of people got hurt behind that. A lot of people got hurt. Men and women, even some of the male escorts were like, man, they aborted my baby. Man, I kind of fell in love with Cassie. I didn't know she was just doing this with everybody. Some people call it diseases. It's all kind of shit that happened because you got one couple that want to be what they want to be, and they ain't telling everybody what they doing or whatever the case is.
His
So
kids,
yes,
his mom, he had to put his mom's house up for bail. I mean,
mhm.
Oh, dang.
Diddy, yeah, he torched everybody.
Yeah, I don't think it's any winners in the Diddy situation.
No.
And we can talk about that another time and find out if Ashley. I would love your opinion on what you think the sentencing is going to be. Not right now, unless you want to tell me
About what?
the sentencing for Diddy. What's he?
Oh.
What?
I don't think it's going to be the max. I think it's going to be lenient. I think he'll get time served. So yeah, I think it'll be on the lighter end, and he already got the lighter.
The convictions. The
They
convictions.
dropped
Yeah, he beat him.
They dropped the sex trafficking and all that other stuff. They dropped that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the big thing, his lawyers were trying to get him out on bail, and the judge denied that, right? So
Right.
that is that's kind of an indication that the judge ain't playing around, and the judge thinks.
Ashley, I want to ask this question, right? Are you a prosecutor or a defense lawyer? If you,
Me,
I mean, if you ever work those cases, I know there's different types of law, but if you ever worked criminal law, if you did, what side were you on?
I never worked criminal law like that. I worked for a judge.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I got
neutral.
you. I got you.
Yeah.
Neutral.
Yeah. So
Well, so my question is, all right, so they deny him bail. Now his lawyer is going on for lack of a better word. Could have been David Letterman. Could have been whoever they are on ABC, CNN. I think it was CNN. Now his lawyers on CNN talking about what they're trying to do. Now you got people writing letters saying he's a menace, keep him in there. I feel threatened. Other people who were victims are now like, oh, he's not that bad. We should give him a chance at redemption. Isn't this too much talking? Because as much as juries and judges are supposed to be unbiased, can't a jury or a judge just be pissed off at all of the gyrations and say, man, I'm just sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. It's my discretion. I'm going to give him a more harsh term because I'm sick of y'all. Or it's my discretion. And, you guys have been so persistent. I think you're right. I'm going to give him something lighter. Like, I feel like when it's at the judge's discretion, shouldn't the defense attorneys just shut the hell up and just be quiet and let the judge ruminate on his own versus all this posturing? Or am I wrong?
Well, yes and no, but they already set the stage when they, at the beginning of the trial, they said that they admitted that Diddy was a bad man who committed domestic violence.
Yeah, he's violent. Yeah.
So, I mean, and they did that for a greater good. They did that to try to just take that off the table and then focus on the bigger charges so he can, what they did successfully get him off on that. But now that it's coming to sentencing, the judge is like, look, I can't let some violent man out on the street, out on bail until he gets sentenced and serves his time. So I think that came back to bite him. The defense, they did a great job, but I think that's the one thing that is coming back to bite him because the judge ain't letting him out. So that is clear. I'm not letting a violent man. And the other thing is, Diddy allegedly threatens people, right? Justice. So it's harder to do that. So anyway, I think the defense, a lot of people thought, oh, he just got off for this, now he's going to be able to walk free. Now the defense sees that's not the case. So I think they are in scramble mode trying to get him out, but it's not.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, I know we've been on for a minute. I'm not gonna keep us. We've done our 2 hours. So I'm gonna let us rock out. Thank you for being patient with me with the technology problems in the beginning. I appreciate y'all. Dawn, welcome back.
Thank you.
Dawn, I need you back, Dawn.
Okay.
Like as much as you're available, I would love for you to be a part of the show because I remember those days during the pandemic. You were consistent, and I know you outside of social media. And
I think I did one show with you one time too.
Yeah, you did.
I did one time.
You did an episode of After Dark. I think it's good for us to we need community, y'all. And what I'm learning about TikTok, going back to TikTok real quick, it's a community. I have people that are watching me. I see Kenny Kincaid, I see Chris Bradley, I see Nina. Thank you guys. By the way, TikTok, we are at 14,700 likes.
No.
We have 14,700 likes. So what I need y'all to do, TikTok, just tap that screen until your fingers go numb. Just double tap. We need the likes. Okay. If anybody, listen, Kenny Kincaid has proven. When I tell y'all Kenny Kincaid showed out, and I call her Kenny Kincaid. Her name is Kendra, but I call her Kenny Kincaid because that's her IG name. She came on board around the time you did, Ashley, on IG, or maybe even before. And she held me down in the early days. She remembers when Dave Life After Dark got really risque. It was more like Playboy After Dark. She remembered those days. And I had to clean up my content. Then I cleaned up my content. Then God brought me my wife. And now it's all marriage. I had somebody say, Dave, when you met Destiny, you lost fans. I said, good.
Live with that.
I said, good. I'm okay with that.
It's an easy trade-off.
It's an easy trade. I found my wife. It's an easy trade-off, man. I found my wife and I lost some hoes. Get out of here. Good riddance.
I mean, you had some hoes though. You did though. It was funny. You had his day one hoes.
My wife is watching. You're gonna get me in trouble.
I'm not saying you was doing anything. I'm just saying you had fans. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Definitely have fans. Definitely have fans. Definitely. And you know what else? there were some of Ashley's friends that was mad at me when I got on Kendra. They were like, "Well, what you want in a woman? Who you think you are? Why you think?" We got into a whole argument. Was that at your housewarming,
They
Ashley?
clashed at, I think it was a birthday party.
On birthday party.
Clashed with several of my friends.
Now listen, y'all.
Oh.
Ashley's my friend, right? Ashley, she's cool people. She's a good person. Ashley's like, Dave, I'm having a birthday party. You know, she had also a housewarming. I came through. I met her mom. Her mom's great. I met her family. I met her people. And then her friends were like, weren't you on, Kendra? Ain't you 47? Why you think God gonna give you somebody 28 to 38? Who you think you are? You are almost 50. You ain't in shape like that. It's not like you, Adonis Creed.
Oh,
They just went there, and I was like, hold on. I said, hold on. I went like this.
It's just Dave has a strong personality. He has a lot of opinions, and they do too. It wasn't just them throwing you.
It wasn't. But I would like to say this. And I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I would like to say this. If a woman wants a man 6 feet with 6 figures and 6 inches, how come I can't want edges and eyebrows? How come I can't want natural hair and eyelashes? How come I can't want some curves with a small waist?
Naturally.
See, people get mad when people said when I was in the parlor, we used to all go to the parlor. I don't know if you ever came. You ever came to the parlor? Okay, we used to be at the parlor. You know, because Sean and Al, we all rode up there. I never forget it, y'all. I'm at the parlor. There's a little cute sister. She was real cute. She's kind of white acting, but she was cute. I tapped her on the shoulder in my best Bruce Wayne voice. I said, "Excuse me." She was like, "I don't date black guys."
Bless her heart.
All I said was, "Excuse me, I don't date black guys." Damn, excuse me. All I said was, "I don't date black guys." Okay, great. You don't date black guys. How do you even know what I was going to say? I don't date. I said, you know what? I'm done. Thank you. I moved on, and I was about to get mad. Because I'm like, who does she think she is? I ain't even trying to holler. I just was trying to say hi. I don't even know if I like the girl yet. I was about to get mad. I'm a nice guy. Yeah, I'm chocolate. Yeah, I'm black. What's the problem? But then I said, you know what? No. I said, David, let it go. Good riddance.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't for you.
Mm-hmm.
Throw her back to whoever want her. She ain't for you. God just spared you by her going off on you. Because if she acted a certain way and I went after her and then I fell for her and then she tells me 10 months later, I don't date black guys. Now I might be really upset. So, you know what I'm saying? So what I had to learn was, let me have my preferences. Y'all want a man with preferences. He has to fit your preference. I'm not gonna say requirement. Your preference.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted women to fit my preference, and I got raked over the coals. And guess what? God gave me exceedingly abundantly above all I could ask or think in my preferences. And when I said I wanted 28 to 38, He brought me a woman that was 28. He gave me the low end of it. He said, "Come on, son, I got you." And look at her over there. Look at you. I see you, baby. Looking like fine wine. Her hair ain't even done, and I still love her. Okay,
That's
I'm sorry.
what it's about.
Look at it. There you go. That's
Dave, I need
yes,
you
ma'am.
to focus and close
back.
it out. Destiny,
back.
girl. I love it.
I'm back. Yeah, we all got to talk and catch up. And
Yeah.
I want to find a way for all my good friends like y'all. I want all y'all to find everything you want in a man. I wish, and I'm praying about this. I'm like, I gotta do something to
Can we
connect
do a
the good
show?
women.
Can we do like a date show? Because I can't find nobody. These men out here is weird. I don't know.
I've been telling you to do that for months.
Like, we need to bring some man on.
I don't know why he hasn't. I said I'll help, but I also got to get him tested.
Because yeah, I know, right? You're not only a client, you the player president. You almost I got
Produce and appear.
and a producer and a peer, right? And a contestant. She and a judge. She
All of it.
she on
I'll
all
help
of it.
Don find somebody, and me too.
There we go.
So,
We need to be able to say, you know what? I found my husband on Dave Live on Dave Live TV.
Come on, marketing.
hold on, y'all. Look, we made it to 15,800 likes.
I think everybody want to see this. I'm just saying. Dave,
All right, so look, this situation. Do you have TikTok, Dawn?
I don't. I have not fallen into that. I have not.
Do you have TikTok, Ashley?
I have it, but I do not use it.
Dawn, this is what I need you to do. I need you, Dawn, to download TikTok tonight, right after we get off. And while you're, getting ready for bed and doing your makeup or whatever, cleaning your face, I want you to tune into Love After Dark. That's my TikTok show. We didn't just done 2 full hours on Instagram and YouTube. We're about to do. My wife looking at me. I got to make sure. Can I do an hour? All right, we're gonna do an hour on TikTok. It's called Love After Dark. All I'm gonna do is play love songs. And listen, it ain't a conversation. We're not talking. David is gonna play love songs, and I'm gonna sound like a radio host, and I'm just gonna get y'all in the mood. And I just believe that there might be something. Because when I said Love After Dark, I had more than one person say, "Yo, what's that? Love After Dark. That sounds good."
That seems to be the name of the dating show.
I'm sticking with the After Dark brand. All right, the original show was Dave Life After Dark.
This is too easy.
Now we got Love After Dark.
This is too easy.
So there's got to be a way. And the reason I didn't do a dating show, Ashley, I didn't want to step on Kendra's toes. Kendra is my homegirl. I met my wife on the Kendra show. Kendra came to our wedding. Kendra came to our wedding. Like, Kendra is cool people with me. See what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
And I didn't want to compete, and I still don't want to compete because that's her thing. But if I could find a way to help my friends, because I know so many single women that are like, Dave's got to be good men out here, and I know some single men too. I just want to be able to connect the right people, and I want people to be blessed. But this is the part, Dawn and Ashley, that some people forget.
Phone's at 2%. Letting you know if it cut off, I apologize.
Okay. 2%.
Yeah, I gotta run.
All right, cool.
Sorry.
Keep God first. Okay.
Always.
That's what a lot of my friends don't. Not y'all. A lot of my people that want relationships, they forget about the God element. They think about everything else but the Lord, and you can't. You need him. So you know what I'm saying? So here's what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm trying to add it. There it is. All right, we out of here. Thank you for joining. Dawn, please download TikTok and watch Love After Dark.
I have a TikTok. I just need to use it. I don't use it.
We start in 15 minutes. All right.
All right.
Thanks for joining, man. It's Dave, man. We'll see y'all next time on the After Dark podcast, only on Dave Life TV.